Well, we're just getting started for today. I've got fuel in the combine, which is behind me here. Now I'm getting fuel in Andrew's bush hogging tractor. Now, yesterday we didn't have too productive of a day. I didn't film it at all, but had this drive chain come off the feeder house conveyor here yesterday. This camera around, show you what happened. This chain came off, it broke, it all wallered up around here. I've got to get a new bracket for this. During wheat, after I got done with wheat, this bearing was gone on this sprocket down here. It kind of chafed into this part of this bracket, and I welded a little piece of steel on here, slotted it so that I could get that sprocket to ride in that bottom groove there. Now we're running in the middle one, just because this got all wallered up. Had to weld this little piece on here, but when this chain came off, there's a little gear on there that reads the speed for the feeder house drive there. That got broke off. I got the wires stripped up, tied together up through there, but we're up and going now. Ended up taking this back to the shop. It took about a half hour to fix is all, but I thought I ran a stick or something in and reversed it. Heard a lot of clanging and banging. Ran it forward, couldn't get anything to go through it, and this chain ended up in a pile on the ground. So luckily I didn't have anything get ripped off up on the upper drive part of it, but we kind of cobbed it back together here, and should be good. So could have been a lot worse, I guess. I could have, yeah, I don't know, but it wrapped up here pretty good and whatever. So here. Alright folks, I had some audio issues in the next couple clips that are in this video, so I'm going to have to do a voiceover. The video was good, but the audio is missing. The mic cable that plugs into this one particular camera I'm using, every once in a while finds itself just slightly out of place, so, and then I missed the audio. So, as you just seen in this prior clip here, we broke the chain on the feeder house drive. We got that fixed. The one particular farm that I was combining corn on, we're actually in the field that I have Trump 2020 planted in, and then that's what was going to be in the rest of this video. We were going to kind of show you what that looks like and explain it, and I'll do all that stuff. But we broke down. We broke down about 3 hours before the end of the day, and then while we were waiting for parts on the combine here, it rained for 2 days, so on and off. So this next part of the video is just going to be kind of explaining the breakdown. On the right hand side of the feeder house, we broke that chain like I was saying. And then on the left-hand side of the feeder house, there's a variable speed clutch that drives the head, and it also drives the feeder house. Now, on this clutch here, I was combining along, and the right-hand side of the head quit. There's a shaft that crosses over this shaft right here, and it drives that chain that goes up to a sprocket to drive the feeder house chain itself. Now, we had spun the splines off of the shaft that crosses over, and where it goes into this side of the gearbox here, there's a female spline coupler that was all broke out and egged out and whatever. It probably, well, I shouldn't say probably, they do wear out, and having that chain break probably didn't help it at all. Now, I end up explaining in the later part of the video what the parts ended up costing, and what we paid for the parts. It included the belt. We ended up putting a a new belt on there, and I forgot to include that in on the cost of the parts. So me and Travis end up bolting this clutch off in there, and then the audio works here now. Alright, so we just pulled that shaft out. Now there's nothing appears to be broke. Just these splines are all wore off, so we don't know what the female part of that's going to look like. So we got one bolt left in that variable speed clutch, and then we're going to be able to get that out and see what that looks like. Okay, so we've got this variable speed drive assembly off of there, and the coupler part, if you can see that accepts the shaft. That is all, the inner splines are spun off of it. It is broken, and this shaft is all wallered now. So
up and down.
We've got to get this taken care of. I don't know if they have any parts or not for that. Alright, so this next clip that I have for you doesn't have any audio either. Now this breakdown occurred about, it was about 3:30, I guess, Sunday night. Took me about a half hour to get the combine home, and it took us another half hour or so to pluck that gearbox off in there. Now once I got the gearbox off, I ended up texting our mechanic Jake just to kind of give him a heads up for Monday morning. You know, usually their slate is pretty full by the time the first part of the week rolls around, and it was maybe half hour later he's texting me back, and he says, I've got a pretty good list put together on what you're going to need for that. The problem is there's not any of them parts here locally. They didn't have any of those parts inside dealer network at Kaz, and the area dealers around the area, they didn't have anything either. So he ended up ordering the parts Monday morning. He got the parts in Tuesday, and then it was yesterday afternoon he came out to our place, and we ended up helping him put that gearbox onto the combine. I only helped him for maybe 20 minutes to a half an hour, and then I had a stinking doctor's appointment to go to see if we can get this knee figured out. I'm having knee trouble on my right leg, and we're hoping in the next few days we can get that figured out. So I'm just kind of doing a little bit of a walk around here, and you can see the gearbox is all in place, and I'm just yapping my gums here trying to explain what we did, but I already explained what we did here in the last little bit of the segment. Got a new belt on there. That gearbox just bolts to the left-hand side of the feeder house there, and then it's got the through shaft that goes over to the other side to drive the actual feeder house itself. Now, when the chain came off the day before, there's a sensor gear on that one shaft. It ended up breaking that, and being that we were putting all new parts into it here, we got new sprockets and new bearing and everything else. So we should be good to go. We do have to, however, get that bracket that I had cobbled together with weld from the other day. They were a day late delivering that, and it is actually at our shop right now. I just did not have time to put that on today. So we're gonna get this head on and get the combine to the field. All right, folks, we're just getting going. I've just got the first bin load of corn on the combine. You can kind of see it in the windows there on the grain bin extension. The light is on up in the headliner to tell me my grain tank is full. And it looks like we're going to be able to just make it to this truck here so that we can offload. We had to switch farms. We got about an inch of rain here in the last couple days. We were combined on the other side of that hill there up on another farm. But we had about 25 acres left on that farm, but it was a long ways off the road. And I figured that we were going to be pulling a lot of mud out onto the road. And there is the cab corn. So I need to move over a couple of passes here. Swing the auger out. I thought we'd be bringing too much mud out on the road. We were going to cart it all to the side of the road on that one field on that other farm, but we weren't able to park on the side of the road there like we are here. So the road is a little higher than the field, and I'm not gonna make it. So I've got to fold my auger back in. Need a shorter truck. Need to fold my auger back in, make sure that made it back there, and then we're gonna have to back over the back of the truck here. So we'll go forward here a little ways so we are past the truck, and then we'll have to back into it, see how that works. And we're past the truck here now. Swing my auger out. It's coming out there like so. Now we'll just back up and see if we can't maybe get over the side of the truck. I thought we picked a pretty good spot here where the road was about level with the field, but this doesn't look any better there. So we're going to have to back the truck up some, I think. Or we can just do it this way. We're going to have to unload in the road right here. So this is a kind of a back road. So we'll have to do her this way this time. We are on Tully Farms Road right now, and that big hill right there is called Bear Mountain. Now, where we were combining the other day was up on top of that hill, up on the other side there. That's where the boys were spreading manure. I ended up flying the drone down over the side of that side hill there. I got some pretty good shots with all the leaves changing color and everything on the trees, but as you can see right now, a lot of the trees have lost their leaves. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. That side over there has still got a lot of green in it. But this side over here, there's quite a few trees that are missing their leaves. So I got a couple of pictures that I'll share with you from that hill over there. It's slightly down a ways, back a ways, either there or, yeah, I don't know. Well, no, I flew over that part there. So, yeah, a lot of color out there this time of year. This card's a little higher in moisture here. We're averaging right around 27% moisture. Which that's what we want. We want between 25 and 30. Alright folks, so we are just getting the first load of corn here shelled out of this one field. The truck's getting ready to leave here in a minute. And that's going to do it for this video. Combine's working really well. The parts for the gearbox ran right around $2,300, and then we got some labor tied in with Casanova doing the rebuild on that. A little expensive, but at least we're going again now. Jared and his crew, they have been working on spreading manure. A friend of his, Zach Newton, came in here yesterday, set his equipment up, and they're injecting manure actually right now. So they're feeding our frac tank with tanker trucks, and they're pumping manure off of the frac tank out to out through a drag line system to a manure injector in the field. So we'll have a video coming up here in the next couple days showing you how that all works, and then it's going to take me a day or two to get into that field that I planted Trump 2020 in. Between the breakdowns and the way the weather laid in on us here, I wasn't able to finish that field I was in the other day, and that field was where I had planted Trump 2020. Now that part of the field is quite a ways, or quite a distance off the road, and I just figured that we were going to be pulling a lot of mud out onto the road, trying to get the grain buggy out through and whatever like that, offloading onto the truck. So we pulled out of that area. We're a few miles away from there right now, and we're supposed to have pretty good weather here next couple days, and we'll be able to get back up there once we get this farm done. So that's going to do it, folks. So I want to thank you for watching, and we will catch you at the next video.